It's worms and spinning and casting cranks to lay down some grass fields, and the river's trying to get the bass to bite. That gets me on the water in all different kinds of weather. That the river just keeps tackling on my mind. Hey everyone, welcome back to Tackle on My Mind. What's on my mind today? Getting your kayak set up for beginning kayak fishing. I've done a few videos now. We're going to call a little bit of series. This will be the third in that series. The first one was just kind of your basics of what you're going to need to get started kayak bass fishing. Next one, we taught you how to tie a polymer knot. This one, we're going to start out at the kayak, show you how I rig a kayak just for the very basics, the beginning starting out, and get you out on the water. Now, before we do that, we got a nice degree, about 50-degree weather day today. Oh, it's real tempted to get out doing some fishing. It's going to start getting cold next week, but then maybe it'll warm up again, and I'm going to get out in the water and do an on the water video of how to use these basic techniques of how to catch some bass. But to help you out in that, and to kind of help out the channel as well, I'm going to do a giveaway. If I get 50 subscribers to this channel before I'm out on the water, or by the time my next video on the water, I'm going to do a little bit of giveaway, and I'm going to give you some of those basics that you need to have. We talked about power bait, Berkeley power bait, a curly tail worm, and green pumpkin. You're going to get a package of those. We're going to talk about how you hook those. Remember we talked about that worm hook, that straight shank worm hook. We're going to throw a package of those in there for you. And then you need your bullet weights too. We get some nice covert pro grade tungsten, and these are those nice ones too, that 1/8 ounce. You can't see it, but it has it written on there, so if you're like me, I forget what an 1/8 ounce is, but it says right on there 1/8 ounce, so when you put it with your tackle, you know. Now, where are you going to put all this? I'm going to give you this nice big tackle box here. Opens up, you can put all your stuff in there. So those 4 items I'm going to give you away as soon as if I get 50 subscribers by the time I'm out on the water next time doing my next video, or at least my on the water video. All right, let me set this back here. James, you just stay right there.
Okay.
Let's get this out of the way. Come back to you here. My son James is helping me today. He's running the camera. Thanks, James.
You're welcome.
So, here's a kayak setup. James kind of get a good picture of the full kayak here, making sure they see this right here. This is that Jackson Bite kayak I was talking about. You can get this for, I think, right around $900, maybe about $1,000, but it's a good starting out kayak. This one's 11.5 feet long. It's 35 inches wide, so you got a nice base. Let me grab that for a second. I just got to give him a top visual here. Hope you can see that. Look at how wide that is. All the room you have on there. That nice compartment in the back. I got some things rigged up on it for you, but nice and wide. You can stand up on that if you want. Talked about that PFD. This is just the basic one I picked up here at one of the local. You can see where I got that Bass Pro Shop. You don't have to get it there. You can go many different places. I like the wire mesh in the back, keeps it nice and cool. It's got some pockets in front. You keep your pockets warm. What I like about this one, it's got a safety whistle in it. If you fall in the water or something happens, you blow that whistle and get attention to yourself. That's what that's there for. I got my clippers attached right on there. Those are those clippers I've been using. They work really well. Got some more pockets over here. Got to be safe on the water. So that's my kayak flotation device. Personal flotation device. The seat. This is a kayak seat here. It pops in and out. You can see these little grooves things here. Slices there. Hold that right about there, James. I think that'll be good. Can you see what I'm doing right here?
Yep.
Okay. So this, the back legs go in that track there. And the front ones pop right in there. This is adjustable. Can you see what I'm doing here, James?
Yep.
All right. So you loosen those up. You can slide this back and forth for whatever you like it. Going along here, what I like about this little kayak, you don't need to add much to this because it's got these straps here, one for a drink holder here, another one here. nice little tackle box size like that will go in there. If you got a little bigger one like my giveaway, that'll slide right underneath the seat. Going back a little further, this has got built-in rod holders. Make sure they see that. Your rod slides right in there. Little added thing that you might want to try. These little straps. I get these from a company called Robohawk. Now, if you want to join Tackle, you go to our Toledo Area Kayak Anglers League page on Facebook, and there's a discount. How you can order some of these. You can get a discount on these from Robohawk. But they have a little clip on one side, Velcro on the other side. You hook that on your rod when you're going from one place to the other. Clip it on there. Stays in there. If it does fall out, hits a tree or something like that, you're good, because it's going to stay hooked up. Let's move up towards the front here, James. You're going to need a paddle. Make sure they see that paddle. Again, we talked about how wide does it need to be, so when you're paddling, it's not hitting the sides of your kayak. You want it long enough for that. When you go buy your kayak, you know, they're going to help you with that a little bit. You can come up front. This is built in. It's got a little clip on here. Make sure they see that. So this is another leash. Definitely get one of these. You can also get one of these from Robohawk. Why? Your paddle will float, but if it drops over to the side, it's going to float away, and you can't get to it if you don't have a paddle. So get your paddle leash, secure it to something. Jackson Kayak has a bar up here already mounted. You just stick it in there. Now look at this over here. Actually, follow me on this side of the kayak over here, James. Once I get over here, what I do with my paddle when I'm fishing, it rests right in here, and then there's this little strap here, and there's a little hook there. Here, now it's secure. Nice little handle here for when you carry your kayak. I'm going to stay on this side over here. Little extra tool you're probably going to want to have is a pliers of some kind. A lot of these come with a lanyard on it. Again, there's that Robohawk leash. Hooks right up there. You can put a little clip on there. You can make them, you know, how you want them. Nice little pliers. Occasionally that hook gets stuck in that bass. I can't get it out with my fingers. I can get it out with that pliers. Moving to the front a little bit. I didn't talk about this in my videos. This is not a necessity unless you're catching really big bass, which I hope you are. You're gonna need a net. Again, I got that net attached to that Robohawk leash here. Stretches out. Had a big carbonite clip here. Throw that on there. I can store up here. You can just lay up here. In front of that kayak, it's got these bungee straps that are already rigged in it. Put something under there, put your lunch bag under there, you get a dry bag, roll up your coat, put it under there. Keep it nice and secure. It won't keep it dry, but it will keep it secure. Let's move to the round that way, James. Thank you. Isn't he a great videographer?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to kind of slide this out of the way for now so you can see maybe back here. Not this part, but another. Where are you at?
Oh yeah.
You see me?
Yep.
Another live well back here with those bungee straps. Put a lot of things back here. Help it secure. Something else I've added on this one. Back up a little bit so they see the whole thing. It's got a safety light and flag. If you're just doing a lot of little small ponds and stuff and you know there's not going to be big boats on it, you don't need this. But if you're going any place where there's a lot of other boats, jet skiers or something like that, you're going to want to get one of these. You can get them from YakAttack. It's got a flag on it. It's got a light on top of it. Anytime you're fishing when it's dark, like early morning before the sun comes out or in the evening, you have to have a light on the back of your kayak. This attaches. If you get one of these from YakAttack, it's got a little clip on the bottom of there, and get a close-up of this, James. This you just attach to your kayak. I'm going to give you a little bit of how to do that, and then it just slides in there, and you turn it till it's locked down. Talked about an anchor. Again, not a necessity, but a little windy today. If I was out there, my kayak would be moving around a lot and I wouldn't be able to stay in one place if I wanted to fish. So I get myself an anchor. I'm going to do some links in the description about these, but here's a very simple kayak anchor. Many different styles. Some guys like a ball style. I like this one. It seems to keep me secured a little bit more. Stows away a little bit nicely. It's not terribly heavy. How do I, okay, obviously I need more than this. A little trick I found. Save yourself some money. You can use a rope. Undo the rope. Throw your anchor in. Pull it up, and then you got this rope all over the place. Cord or something like that. Here's something I found. You're right. It's a dog walking leash. It's one of those retractable dog walking leashes. Pulls out, pulls in, pulls out, lock it in place. See where I'm going here? You can get these at, this is 24 feet. I don't fish much more, there's very seldom times I need more than 24 feet on an anchor. So this is plenty long enough. I'll link this too if I can. Harbor Freight, I think this cost about $5. Now, how do I hook that up? Just stay where you're at. It's very important. When you rig this up to your kayak, obviously you're gonna get a hook down here in the bottom, or up, onto your anchor. Just hook that on there like that. When you get to this spot up here, this is really gonna help you out. Attach this to this ring at the top with a very small, light zip tie. And that zip tie, and just attach that down. And I'll tell you why as soon as I get it attached there. You want the small, light ones. So now, your anchor, let's say this is dropped down the bottom. Because it's this kind of anchor, and other anchors will do it too, gets caught on a tree stump or something, or a tree branch, or a big rock, and you can't pull it up. Well, you keep pulling enough, because it's so small, that'll break free. It breaks free, brings this up to there, and now you're pulling on this end of the anchor instead of this end of the anchor. So you're gonna save yourself the idea of having losing an anchor and then having to go buy another one. Where do I attach these? Well, you can see I have another clip on the back of here. Let's get a close-up of this. I attach them to one of these here. I'm going to talk about how we attach those little clips in a little bit, but that's where you can put that. Okay, back it up a little bit. Now, something you can easily attach. I'll put some again, a link to where to get one of these. This is called an anchor trolley. I was setting up today to do this video, and the line that actually comes with it broke, but I just replaced it with some pretty much the same type of paracord. It's got a little hook on here. Come back to the back here, James. It's got a little trolley on the back. It's got another one in the front. You can move that through. So now what you do is you got your anchor line with this other clip here. You hook that on there. Let's say we're in the water, that drops in the water. Well, I'd like to be the anchor in the back of the kayak. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Goes way in the back of the kayak. Oh no, I want it in the front of the kayak, so I'm facing the other way in the wind. You pull it, it goes the other way. How do I keep that in place? You need a close-up of this, James. You can attach one of these. Also, you can get that. Okay, good. Don't always need that. Sometimes it'll stay in place all its own. Now, if you noticed, I had those little clips there. I have this addition here. I showed you this clip. There's another one back here. I've added a couple more. I added the one where I hook my flag up to. And actually, how do I, the anchor trolley, This part scares some people. And get yourself a rivet gun. I'm going to link one in the description. It comes with all the parts you need also. So those will be in there. You drill a hole in your, just keep it on me. You drill a hole in your kayak. Yes, you do. It'll be fine. Put a little silicone on there to seal that. Put whatever device it is you want on that, and that rivet will drop it right in there. It'll secure it. Your hole will be sealed up. You don't have to worry about getting leaks in there and stuff like that. Easy way to attach them. They attach, you know, I got them all over the place here for different things. I keep, you know, my pliers is hooked to one over here. My anchor's hooked to one. Easy to hook things on there. So there's your quick breakdown. Hopefully I got everything for you. Now you're all set. You get all this set up. Again, anchor trolley, don't need it. It is beneficial. The net up here, don't need it. But if you get a big bass on there, it's going to help you land that fish. Pliers, don't need it, but they do come in handy. I'd recommend it. Get something in aluminum that's not going to rust. Paddle, definitely need it. Get a paddle leash. I would yeah, that's a must there, because you know you're gonna drop a paddle in the water. All these Robohawk things, not necessary, these leashes, but if you drop something, you're gonna lose it. If you drop something in the water from kayak or any boat, you drop something in the water, you're gonna lose it. Yeah, little tackle box. So there you go. That's how you get everything set up. You get all that set up, you get yourself out of the water. My next little short video I think I'll do is how do you load this on a vehicle? There's many different ways you can do that. I'm going to show you a little secret of how to do it. Okay, so we're going to do that coming down the road. Hopefully within the next 2 weeks it'll warm up enough. I'm going to get out on the water. I'm going to take this setup right here out with me. I'm going to show you how to catch fish, just at the basics, and how to get started in kayak bass fishing. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If I get those 50 subscribers by that time, I got a giveaway for you. Alrighty, have a nice day.